Okay, so imagine you're going in to hear a talk by somebody from the FBI, somebody who was there 30 years, and they're going to impart their wisdom to you, the top things that they learned while working for the FBI. What do you think you're going to hear about? Like catching the bad guy or like how to project strength and security? Maybe I'm totally biased from too many Hollywood movies and FBI agents appearing in books, but that's what I was expecting. So I went to this lecture this week, and instead, what I heard the theme of how important relationships and partnerships are in security intelligence, how you cannot get anything done if you don't have friends. And the way to build friends in that space is the way you build friends in all spaces, to lead with respect and kindness. And I was kind of blown away, although it was an amazing message to hear. So, this woman is a 30-year veteran. She's well retired now. Her name is Lauren Anderson. Her career accomplishments at the FBI are like as long as my arm. She seems like she had an amazing career. And she's not selling a book. She's not there representing, the United States. She's just a person coming up to give a talk to people loosely affiliated with security and intelligence. Some are retired, some are still there. It's just, an evening to get a different perspective. And she really brought it. She didn't just stop at the obvious, oh, Canada, the States, we're besties, let's build on that. She was like, no, get out there, find partnerships. They're not always the ones that you think. And if you go in with kindness, if you go in with respect, chances are you're going to get that back. And I was like, whoa, I totally agree with that. But it was really remarkable to hear like this woman who'd worked in some really tough situations, counterterrorism. At one point, she ran the FBI offices dealing with the Francophone countries in Europe and North Africa. And she talked about the amazing partnership she built with Morocco. She talked about how her work with China on counterterrorism was really rewarding, mutually rewarding. And it was an incredible message to hear, because one of the things I think we get to sometimes when in security and intelligence and like how we talk about it in our countries is like you have your adversaries and it's black and white and it's you and them, us and them all the time. And actually, what she did in her talk was break it apart and say, maybe you can't be friends on every file, but maybe you can be friends on some files. And if you can build those relationships, it can really help you. Anyway, it was a fascinating talk. I learned a lot about the FBI as well. You can tell she's obviously a little bit devastated about what's happening right now to the FBI. She's watching colleagues, people that she mentored, be fired, and she's wondering what's happening to an agency that she obviously really loved and dedicated her professional life to. And that was kind of the elephant in the room, but she handled it really well and said that the FBI, there's a lot of resiliency there, and she's hoping that that will serve them in good stead as maybe things change or not, or however that goes. You got to be a little careful when you're speaking internationally. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. I never worked with the FBI professionally, and not being American, I've never really dealt with them in any capacity. So hearing that perspective was very eye-opening for me. And I love that, hearing new perspectives, food for thought. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, hope everyone's doing great.